What's the closest you've ever came to death? The closest I've ever come to death happened on what was supposed to be a completely ordinary drive home from work. It had been raining for hours, but nothing too crazy. Traffic was light, and I was maybe 10 minutes from my apartment when I rounded a bend on the highway and saw brake lights everywhere. I slammed on my brakes. Nothing. The pedal went all the way to the floor. For a split second, my brain refused to process what was happening. I pumped the brakes again and again, but the car just kept sliding across the soaked pavement. The speedometer was dropping too slowly, and a line of stopped vehicles was getting bigger in my windshield every second. I remember thinking, this is it. Instinct took over. I yanked the wheel toward the narrow shoulder, somehow missing a pickup truck by inches. The tires hit gravel, the car fishtailed violently, and I clipped a guardrail hard enough to spin 180 degrees before finally grinding to a stop. The silence afterward was surreal. My hands were locked around the steering wheel so tightly I couldn't unclench them. Steam drifted from the crumpled hood, and all I could hear was my own heartbeat. When I stepped out, a state trooper who had witnessed the whole thing walked over and simply said, "I don't know how you threaded that gap. Neither do I." The mechanic later told me a brake line had ruptured unexpectedly. If I'd been going just a little faster, or hesitated for even a second, I would have plowed straight into the line of cars. People think near-death experiences come with dramatic revelations or your life flashing before your eyes. Mine came with wet asphalt, a useless brake pedal, and the terrifying realization, that everything can change in the span of 3 seconds. I still drive, but every time it rains I instinctively tap the brakes a little earlier than I need to, just to make sure they answer back.